Welcome in, everybody. It's the Glad Dad here once again for race number 4 for the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds Truck Series. Tonight we're at Miami Homestead Speedway, just like we were last night in the Half Moon Designs Next Gen Cup Series here with Outcast. And in the booth with me, I've got Mike McKinnon. Mike, how are we doing tonight?
Oh, about as good as can be possible, I think. With the heat of the track again, we're going to see a lot of things on track. They're saying it's really hot and slick, but we're doing great. This race should be a good one.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 100 laps here tonight. Last night was 117. Tonight's 100, but they're a little bit slower tonight than they were, so it's going to kind of be about the same. Close to about 2 hours here for the show. Let's take a look here at the standings real quick and miss that. There we go. Hey, Brandon Brock leading the way here by only 4 points over Eric Johnson. Brian Seymour in third, up 2 spots here is Timothy Boyce. Up 8 positions is Terry Litweiler after an impressive run in the trucks. Tied with 6th place here is the Joshuas, Yarbrough and Newman. Newman up 4 spots from where he started a couple of races ago. Rob Hamilton in the 8th spot. James Greeny 9th. Brian Welchel 10th. Michael Richardson in 11th. Tied with 2 other fellas here. Charles Wilson and Shannon Donathan in Montrose 14th. And Christopher Jones in the 15th spot. So we've got some drivers needing to make up some good racing tonight, like Christopher Jones as he's back there in the 15th spot, so definitely got some ground to make up. Let's take a look here at our handsome fellas here on the cameras tonight. We're going to start here in the top left, as always. Rob Williams driving that 61 machine. We've got the top middle, Ronnie Welchel driving the 62. Bob Redeker in the top right, driving the number 2. Drew Calvert, middle left, driving the 43 machine tonight. Rob Hamilton in the middle, driving the 1. Jacob Ainsworth in the 74 to the middle right. Bottom left is Steve Giberson in the 60. David Vodicka, bottom middle in the 24. And Eric Johnson in the 18 machine. Probably should put the numbers up next to their names just so you know who's who. But if you've seen any of the Outcast races, which I'm sure you have here for the last 4 seasons and a little bit of 5, these drivers don't really change their numbers. So
No, they don't ever seem to change them. That's helping me a ton, too.
Oh, yeah. It's... The paint schemes change here and there. They tend to stay the same throughout the seasons, but from season to season they do change. I think Charles Wilson's kind of had the same paint scheme for a few seasons now. A new paint scheme for Ronnie Welchel. He's got a new one out there. Johnson's kind of kept the same one for a couple of seasons. I look to see season 6, though. I look to see some brand new paint schemes for everybody as the league grows and
absolutely.
It's time for a change.
One, hit me up. Anybody needs one, hit me up. I don't have a whole lot to do. I was going to tell John Kelly that last night with their flat black matte paint scheme. I'll throw you some shiny stuff on there.
Well, that's how John Kelly is, though. He is a plain and simple kind of guy.
Understated.
Yep. Not worried about the materialistic stuff in life. Just nice and simple. Probably why we're friends. Probably why.
Yeah. I got a grasp on that stuff.
Anyway, folks, practice is over. Qualifying has started. Eric Johnson doing something he rarely does, which is hurries up and gets out on track. We've seen him do it last night. First one on track last night and first one on track tonight. Seems like he knows a little bit about the track conditions out here, so to speak, as we are at 127 degrees on the track temp. That's a little spicy. I believe we started the race last night at 134. Is that correct? I think that is.
Yeah, you see him. He's in the wall on his get up to speed lap here. So these guys are slip sliding everywhere.
Springfield, Missouri. I did have the pleasure of having dinner with Eric Johnson one time when we were up there for the Gateway race.
Oh, look out.
And he's gonna have to reset. He's gonna have to reset here. Took the green flag though, so he's got one lap to get her done. And Rob Williams.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
No,
Didn't
go
mean to
ahead.
step on you there. How'd you enjoy the Gateway experience? I've been there 3 or 4 times since it's close to me. How'd you like it? How'd the parking go for you?
The parking was fantastic. We parked in the employee parking. And had a tram right to the front. It was a pretty good experience, no doubt about it.
Well, I know the people that try to use the main gate, they will disagree with you. They're saying it's fantastic, but if you're locals like us and you know how to get in, there's a little gas station with a little side road, and it'll bring you up beside the drag race track. Always able to get in and out. Otherwise, it is just horrible.
It wasn't too bad for me.
But the track is good, though.
Well, I didn't go for the race. I went to meet Eric Johnson because it's not every day. It's not every day you get to meet your hero.
Well, hey, yeah, and they always say sometimes you don't want to meet your hero. So. Look who's looking sporty again. Terry Litweiler on the pole right now, 34.47. Oh, goodness.
Man, Terry is on a move tonight, and this right here is my pick. He's my pick right here, Josh Yarbrough.
Well, he's sitting in the second position, so he's going to have a good starting position more than likely. So, see, Mr. Rediker, he showed me a little something last night, some improvement, ran pretty well up toward the top 10 last night for a long time during the race. And let's see where he slotted in. He is in 6th right now currently. And now he moved to 7th. Brandon Brock moving into 4th.
Yep, Brandon Brock just completing his first lap and now coming out of turn number 2. And he's going to spin it out there a little bit. Michael Stevens on track now in the 5 machine.
Interesting so far, Adam. My goodness.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. They got plenty of front grip for sure.
Not a lot of drivers been able to put down that fast second lap, though. Charles Wilson out on track now.
Sorry, folks. I'm just kind of quiet. I'm kind of watching how these things are negotiating their way around here. You can see, I mean, they're just skating.
Not much to call here. I mean, just literally watching these guys ice skate out here is and saving these trucks is absolutely phenomenal here. As the 28 of Jeremy Ingold now on track from Asheboro, North Carolina. Love the green metallic there on his truck.
Yeah, that's an easy one to pick out. .17th fastest on his first go. Let's see if he can get it to stick.
Coming out of turn number
Okay.
4. See what it's going to be for him. 14th fastest.
Yeah, I think they're a little tiptoeing around here, just making sure they get a nice, a good lap in, get a decent start spot. Kind of hard to push it right now.
And let's take a look here. Jordan Massey had a nice run last night.
Certainly did. Leading late in that race and got fortunate with a caution, and then kind of caught up in a little stuff on the restart, but a really strong run. Massey 23rd on his first attempt. See Tim Boyce, he moves into 15th. Carson Youngblood into 7th. A couple guys, Jacob Ainsworth moved into 13th. Wow. Guys fighting for the life here, Adam.
Here they are. Coming out of turn 4 for Tim Boyce. A little bit slick out of 4. And 12th fastest for Tim Boyce.
See Christopher Jones slotted in 10th on his first lap. Oh, and didn't even see Brian Zemer went to the pole, 34.42. So good run out of Brian.
See if second lap is quicker for Jones, and it is. Went up 1.3.
Yeah, he's one of the few that's been able to hold it down there. Just a rough go of it right now for these boys. But like I said, track temp very high. Not a lot of side force in these trucks, so that's kind of expected.
Sean Wilson on track right now, 27th fastest. Look like that's where he's going to start here today, as nobody else is on track. Everybody else's turn times. And I'm surprised to see David Vodka out here in 31st position for his 2 times. And looks like that's going to be it here for the qualifying. So we're going to get down to the grid. All right, folks, let's get down to the starting lineup for tonight's race. And here we go. Starting on the pole tonight, it's going to be Brian Zemer in that 55 machine with Terry Litweiler. Starting in the 71 truck here in second place. In row number 2 is going to be Joel Kurth with Josh Yarbrough. Row 3, Ian Montrose and Drew Calvert. In row number 4, Brandon Brock, Christopher Jones. Row 5 is going to be Carson Youngblood with Charles Wilson. And taking over row number 6, Eric Johnson, Josh Newman. In row number 7, Tim Boyce with Bob Rudiker. Nice qualifying run for Bob. In row 8, Jordan Massey with Kel Peterson. In row 9, Jacob Ainsworth with Matt Markland. Row 10, Brian Welchel, Ronnie Welchel. Row 11, Jeremy Ingold with Rob Williams. In row number 12, Rob Hamilton with Bill Ligotti. Row 13, Michael Stevens, Shannon Donathan. In row 14, Sean Wilson with David DeVille. Row 15, Steve Giberson with David Fors. And taking over the last spot here in 31st is David Vodika. As these drivers are getting here, getting ready to roll on out. All right, so we're going to go around, should go around one more time here as we take a look at the weather. Lights are still off, or still on the pace car. 116 track temp, so they're going to be a little bit better tonight for these trucks. They're already slippery, so hopefully the track temp gets back down quickly here tonight. And let's take a look at the kind of the track info here. 1.5 miles, and only 4 foot above sea level. That's pretty insane, and the pit road speed is 50 miles per hour.
Well, I'm looking forward to this one, Adam.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for this one. I want to see how these guys negotiate these first few laps. They're going to be tiptoeing, I know that much. Just going to have to tiptoe. Get it through, get some heat in the tires, see if it'll settle in a little bit. Yeah, it looked like they might have put the lights back on the pace car, so we're going to go around one more time.
No harm, no foul there. I like it.
Yeah, change all the fuel strategy.
And how we doing, Lova Jackson? 35 people in the stream right now. Appreciate you guys and gals coming out. And out of your mind, appreciate the follow.
Always good to see the new followers. We're a little bit quiet right now, folks. I'm working a little bit of a technical issue here, so hopefully it'll clear up as we go.
Yeah, it seems like we got a little bit of a sound delay here. Nothing has been changed from stream to stream. So I honestly have no clue
No.
how to even fix the issue.
Going to be good. Like I said, these guys are going to have to tiptoe. If anybody tries to make any sudden moves, I think, we can see a track blocker right away.
That's right. Here we go. Green flag starting off here side by side. Joe Kurth with a little bit of a jump here. Looking good as Montrose now taking the bottom. Oh, Joe Kurth going up. He's gone.
Yeah, yellow flag already.
Joe Kurth up on the racing surface here in the turn number 1.
Oh, we're going to see this a few times, I think, before these guys understand. Easy do it.
That's right. We're going to take a look here and see what happened to Joel Kurth right here. Oh, he immediately got off from underneath him as soon as he got in the corner.
Yeah, lucky nobody else really got collected in the situation right there. Yeah, that's close.
Yeah, definitely good avoidance there. And let's take a look here at the points still again and see who we can wrangle up in this thing.
Yeah, not sure.
I'd like to see if I can't bring Tim Boyce in here. If I can find him. I'm not exactly sure where he's at, though.
Yeah, see if you can get in there. I'm going to jump out, jump back in, and see if that might clear up some stuff on my end.
Hey, Tim Boyce, glad that in the booth you got me.
Yes, sir.
Man, we're sitting 4th in the points here. You got one win, came at Daytona, and now you're finding yourself up here sitting in the 4th position. We haven't really gotten into the green flag much before the caution come out, but how'd the truck feel for you during practice?
It was skaty, but I think if you straight early here, if you back up your corners and kind of make sure you roll the center and not try to get on it too much, and make sure that nose is pointed straight, I think you'll be all right.
How you like this track? Is it your strong suit, or are you just trying to survive for the point's sake tonight?
I actually do like this track. Unfortunate luck last night, got a damage, but I do like the tracks that you can kind of drive and put it on the right rear if you want.
Awesome, man. Well, appreciate you letting us bring you down here and talk to you. I'll get you moved back up, and good luck tonight. Hopefully we'll see you finish up in the top 3.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm back. I'll keep a monitor on the situation. But yeah, that was good to hear from Tim right there. He seems to like the track, Adam. So, I mean, that always helps too, if you have a little confidence when you go to the track.
Hey, no doubt about it. But he's going to be starting on the outside here in the row number 2. So, see what he's got planned. Looks like he did start, what is that, 13th? Something like that. Yeah, 13th position, already up in 4th. Not too shabby.
Yeah, eased his way through the incident.
All right, here we go. Well, the pace car's off. Getting back to the restart here. Montrose leading the way. Carson Youngblood with a nice jump on the outside. As they're going to go side by side down to turn number 1.
See if Ian can negotiate this first turn, try to drive away a little bit. It's just all about, let's get some heat in the tires and Hopefully these things will smooth out a bit, but 109 on the track temp right now. So we'll see if that drops as it goes.
It's actually gone down quite a bit. Let's take a look back here at Brian Welchel, as he's got it single filed out right now. And Josh Newman, Charles Wilson battling side by side.
Yeah, Brian Welch had a real good run last night, so it's good to see him. He's right back up in the mix again. These guys have put a lot of practice time in, so I'm sure somebody will have it figured out at some point.
Carson with a couple of cautions last night from some self spins. Nice to see he's up here having a much better run so far. I mean, I know we've only got a few laps, but showing some speed.
Yeah, he showed a lot of speed coming back after that early incident. Got about a minute and a half of damage repaired. Did not lose a lap. He just kind of eased his way back around. Here comes Christopher Jones. He did the same thing last night. Drove straight to the front, led quite a few laps at the beginning before he got a little bit loose, but he likes these freshies. He's able to get around. He's got real good short run speed.
Yes, he does. And, you know, short run speed is only going to be helpful, really, on the last stretch of this thing. Having some good long run speed's really what's going to help you out with strategies. As he was all over the back bumper of the 71, got the 71 loose, and now Christopher Jones will be side by side here with the 71.
Yeah, he didn't jack him up or anything. He just packed a little air on the rear there and just got Terry loose real fast. I was kind of surprised how fast that went, sideways. He started going sideways.
As we're on board here with Drew Calvert, he's running the bottom in the 5th position. Everybody pretty much spread out evenly here. Nothing really crazy. No real gaps being had. As he's looking underneath here with the 71. Gonna send it in. And should be able to clear. Yes, he's going to be able to clear. He actually stays low.
Yeah, he should have jumped up right there.
He didn't move up in front of the 71. That's going to give Terry another go at it here. I don't think the outside's the fastest right now. I really don't.
No, not entering for sure. I mean, yeah, you're going to get a runoff for sure, but if it's slickery, I think I'd just want to be on the bottom a little bit. Just easing around, trying to save as much tire as I could.
Well, nice battle going on here, and we've got, looks like Brandon Brock making his move around the 57 and the 4, put him up into the 11th position. So almost up inside the top 10. Still got a good ways to go.
Yeah, you see Newman down on that apron, stay off of that. But yeah, I think Brock lost a couple of spots there with that initial incident, checked up a little bit, but he's starting to make his way back. He's down 4 spots, but he's starting to make his way back.
And Eric Johnson here, working his way up through the field. And Brandon Brock actually started at the back of the field. I believe he got an EOL.
Oh, that's right. I always forget that. I just couldn't figure out where he came from there. I thought maybe he got checked up. I forget that rule. I got to get that in my head.
Yep, always top 3 in the points each and every week in all 3 series here. Go to the get an EOL. And there goes Eric Johnson as he's cleared the 57. They went out. I watched them practice together, the 18 and the 57.
Well, hopefully Charles learned something, because that's one of the best in front of him there.
No doubt. Joel Kerr. He's trying to rally his way back up through the field as he's trying to get under the 49 of David Fors. There's David there. Didn't start the race last night. Not sure if something may have happened to him or not. He was at practice and then didn't take the field. But he's here tonight.
That was kind of It's kind of odd. And then another name that we don't see here tonight is the Tibbs. I saw a discussion today where he thought possibly his wheels and pedals got corrupted. That's what kind of happened with it last night. He was actually going to have to look for a new wheel and pedal set. So possible, sliding there. Possible that that's keeping him from racing this evening.
Definitely could. No doubt about it. These drivers are full of competition tonight, as we still see the 49 holding up the 57 right now on the bottom, as Montrose leading here with Carson Youngblood 3/10 back.
Yeah, hasn't been able to stretch the gap a whole lot on Carson here. Carson's just eased along behind him, trying to keep a little fresh air on the nose. But yeah, he hasn't been able to drive away. And usually, from what I have watched, Ian is kind of the marker of how hard you can go out before you start maybe losing a little tire. So I'll be interested to see that here in a little while. Now, that's in my short time. I know he's fast as heck, but seems to go out too hard on occasion.
Yep, well, we've seen that. Let's get on board here with Carson Youngblood. As he's kind of catching Montrose just a little bit.
These guys running the very low line. Just makes it hard to get off the corner. I think I might have heard a little touch of contact there.
You definitely did.
I thought I did. It's been a good battle a long time here, Adam. I mean, it's consistently about 3/10, and then Carson will pull a 10th on him, then they'll lose a 10th. Just back and forth we go.
See Christopher Jones, Drew Calvert battling side by side here.
Yeah, a little bit of a battle is allowing Joshua Yarborough to get up in there.
Yep, Yarborough now on the high side. Trying to make the high side work.
Yeah, really good exit there. That'd be it. I mean, if you could do that every time, this would be easy. That was really good. Yeah, Brock continues to stay up high right there, and he is making moves with it up to 8th place now.
Let's take a look here, Brandon Brock. Looking pretty snazzy right now.
Yeah, up here, he's just continually up to the top here. And you'll be able to see the differential in speed if he can do this correctly. He'll just zoom right by these guys. This end a little bit trickier. It doesn't look it, but it feels like it's tighter to me, Adam. I don't know if you, Brandon, kind of feel like 1 and 2 is a little tighter corner than 3 and 4. I don't actually think it is, but it certainly feels that way.
Oh, Christopher Jones looks like he's kind of dropped back just a little bit. Now he's back to 8th. It may have gotten loose there. But Tim Boyce working on the outside. Tim having a decent run here.
Yeah, pretty good so far. He saw Brock fly by him on the high side, and he decided to make an adjustment and try it himself. And then here he goes. He's getting past Jones, bringing Brian Welchel with him out there on the high side.
Yeah, Brian having a nice run here as he's all the way up to the top side, trying to get it. Started working early here. We'll see what
After that initial hiccup, these guys have seemed to have found a little something, these trucks.
Yeah, they have. I think we're going to have a long green flag run here. I really do.
Yeah, I feel the same. They all seem like they found something they like. Whether it's costing them a position or two, it is what it is. But they found something they like and they feel comfortable. So, I mean, that's the main thing, right? You feel comfortable, you get a little more confidence as you go. But everybody's starting to migrate up, up, up.
Here we go. Jacob Ainsworth up in the 5th position. He's working his way up as well. Nice to see him having a good run here. Oh, now in 4th as they're moving around the outside of Drew Calvert. Drew's still on the bottom, though. He's not really giving up that bottom.
We saw that line on the bottom work last night. Right now, seems to be giving up fairly quickly. Maybe just a little too short a radius to keep the side, a little sliding around more than you want to. So we'll see right here if Ainsworth, if he can do something with Litweiler from the bottom, then we'll see if it's still got a little speed built.
Yeah, he was able to get in front of. Yeah, he's able to get in front of Litweiler, but he also had the 43 at the bottom helping as well. And they were drafting together on the bottom. Now the 77 back down there, he saw that. He's like, hey, I'm going down here too. That's an awesome little move y'all just did. And he's going to draft up here with the 43. Oh, as we got a little bump draft going on between the 71 and the 47, the 74. And here goes
Brandon this is
Brock.
the racing I expect.
Yeah, welcome to the truck series here. It's always, I think it's always the most competitive.
Yeah, it's about everyone's favorite to drive. If you're not a professional race car driver, this is just a fun thing to drive. You see Calvert, he saw Ainsworth able to pull that off, so he's just digging on the bottom, and he's staying right there.
Still giving it the old college try, see. And when you say he's on the bottom, Mike, you mean he is on the bottom. He's on the white line.
Yeah,
almost
I wouldn't mind
clear.
seeing him get up. I wouldn't mind seeing him get up just above that first seam, but yeah, he's able to make this all the way on the bottom work.
Well, see, the reason, like I said, the reason why the 74 was able to make it work, really, he had drafted help. And, oh, look at that. He was able to clear Ainsworth and put himself up in the 3rd position. Meanwhile, Carson Youngblood falling back from Ian Montrose. Montrose still leading the way here. Saying nice, cool, calm, and collected. As we go back a little bit further here, I want to check on some guys further back. Bob Redeker and the 23 of Joel Kurth battling side by side here for the 18th position. Joel Kurth's going to be in the wall. There he goes, and Bob Redeker is going to go right on around. Let's get on board here with Bob Redeker and give you a little insight to what he's using here. There we go. Bob Redeker. And you got him on the screen here with the webcam.
The first couple weeks I watched Bob, he's struggling a little bit. He's starting to get a little more comfortable with the equipment. Right there, maybe entered a little bit too high, not able to kind of get where he wants to get, but still able to hold it in one position. So not too bad. You can hear the tires screaming for mercy, but not too bad.
Well, I don't think you can get away with that, with the tires
no.
squalling like that. Not at this track. But all in all, showing some good pace. Showing some good pace, though, no doubt. as he's trying to
Yeah,
close in on Rob Hamilton.
Solidly inside the top 20. And he's starting to put a move on, like you said, Rob Hamilton. Starting to close down on him a little bit.
As we look up here, still got some battles going on. Brandon Brock now trying to work on the 71 of Terry Litweiler. Not going to be able to make it happen right here. He's got to reset, try it again. If Brock can make this happen, it's going to put him up inside the top 5. Oh, and in the wall. That's not going to help you any.
Now he brought Tim Boyce right along with him, and then Tim didn't follow him into the wall. Thank God.
It usually does that way though.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how it is. Like, hey, I'm going to follow this guy, and he goes right in the wall, and you follow him right in.
Josh Albro dropping back to 8th place. Still hanging on. Eric Johnson up there. Looks like he kind of scraped the wall just a little bit.
Yeah, it may look a little Darlington-esque before this one's over. We're well into the run now, so these guys kind of know what they've got now. You know, what's interesting to me right now, Adam, I'm looking at top speeds and whatnot. We were seeing 183, 185 consistently out of the next gens, and the fastest person I've seen on the track last lap was 177 with a draft. So these things are, you know, much slower around this track right now.
Yeah, Welch just ran 177 on his top speed. Yeah, I mean, 10 mile an hour slower.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing. A little bit of a surprise to me, but well, like we talked about with that diffuser on the next gen, it's just adding down for us. These things just, you got the big old spoiler, it's going to give you all you got.
It's just skating. Yeah, let's take a look up here. The 16's moving closer and closer now, only 3/10 back. That's actually, I mean, looks further than it actually is, folks. But 3/10 is a bobble from Montrose, and Youngblood's going to be all over him.
Yeah, Ainsworth putting the pressure back on Calvert back there. Yeah, I mean, these guys are committed to this bottom, and I mean, like you said, the bottom of the track. I'm surprised they're able to make it work that well this late in the run.
And Carson looks like he got a pretty good long run truck here. We'll take a look real quick. I've got a head-to-head here. Back from Montrose to Carson. Carson a little bit faster that last lap. Closing in. He's faster on entry. Kind of slows up in the center, and it's actually pretty fast on the exit, believe it or not.
He definitely was that time. He was able to find something that time. And here's something we haven't spoke about. 64% fuel, right, in these trucks? So I'm going to assume pit stops are coming soon?
You know it. They're
It's
close.
got to be getting close.
They're very close, and Youngblood, he's definitely within striking distance now.
Yeah, you see he's knocked off over a 10th the last 2 laps, so able to get her. Now he's starting to get a little bigger sniff of the draft. That's a good battle from a real-life race car driver.
That's right. We got a close battle picking up here All these drivers right here really close together. The 18 looking like he's going to try to make a move here on the 77.
These guys really floating out to the wall. Easy, Josh. Yeah, it's quite a gaggle of cars right there, Adam. I mean, just one little bobble, somebody's going to lose 6 spots.
And Christopher Jones looks like he's going to try to make a pass happen on the 4. He's looking low. Oh, not going to make it happen. Running the high side. A lot of drivers now have shifted up to the high side here. Ainsworth
the leader.
and Calvert battling too.
And watching the pylon, this battle has raged on for about 10 laps. Ainsworth gets a nose ahead. Calvert closes the door. Over and over, just like that.
Nice battle shaping up though, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's been a great battle here. Montrose Youngblood, they're still about 3/10, 2/10, back and forth. Side job. Oh, there it was. Still waiting for the first taker on pit road. It's got to be coming soon, I would think.
Definitely. And here we go. Yarborough and Brock now battling side by side. This was a battle I wanted to see. Brock up a little bit high. Didn't touch the wall though. Oh, slides up in front of Brock. Now Brock's going to give the bump to him. They draft down the front stretch, heading down into turn 1.
Yeah, you saw how deep Josh was able to drive it into 3 of 4. Then he did the correct thing, get up high with the momentum and keep the position.
Yarborough actually, I mean, that worked out for him. Now he's looking underneath. Terry Litweiler going to try to make the pass there. Oh, he's clear all day long. Things really starting to heat up here. I like this little battle here between these guys. And Christopher Jones now, he's worked his way around the 4, now looking around the 18.
Yeah, trying to let the tires cool down a little bit, make another run at it. But Christopher stayed right around top 10 all night. He's down 2 from his qualifying position, but that's not too bad this late in the run. He's starting to make a little ground up on these guys.
I think he's learning each and every time he gets on tracks with these guys. Oh, the 18 and the 3 here having a little issue with positions. A little pinching going on. Coming off the corner.
Little bit. Slideways again.
Brendan Brock actually the loser on that end. What's going on, Trevor? How we doing? What the what? What you mean? What you mean, buddy?
Look at Christopher take the position away from the 18. How about that?
That's
Big
what I'm
run on
talking about.
Litweiler right here.
Yep, looking to grab that spot back here from Litweiler. As they're racing side by side down the backstretch.
Definitely doing something. I mean, that's 3 positions gained in about 2 laps, and this is going for 4 right here.
On the bottom, too.
Yeah, he's one of them guys. He's staying committed to bottom to middle. I haven't seen him too much up by the wall.
Well, that's probably helped him out here on the long run. Oh, as we've got Carson Youngblood has closed up to the back bumper of Montrose. Both of them back on the bottom again.
Yeah, these guys have consistently driven away from the field. They're about 6 seconds ahead from a 3rd place Ainsworth right now, who finally able to clear past Calvert. But these guys have just driven out and driven away. We're kind of seeing that one-stop pit strategy again, Adam. I'm just surprised at that, but I guess if you can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, the fuel in these trucks are at 100%. So.
Oh, okay. I read today. I thought it was 64 every time.
Nope. There has been an update to the settings, and it is 100% all the way across the board now.
Makes much more sense to me now. I'm like, wow. I thought they were getting tremendous fuel mileage. Makes much more sense.
So fuel shouldn't be an issue here if they're doing a one stop. I mean, they're right at halfway right now. So
yeah.
We should see some stops happen here. I want to say within the next, well, starting this lap, close within the next 5 laps. Montrose, he's got a mirror full of Carson Youngblood right now.
Yeah, it's a great battle for the lead, and these guys got a lot of clean air where they can battle, so that's good for them.
Nice momentum drive off of the 16 though, and then he gets in the wall and loses it all.
Yep, the old Velcro strip up there get you.
Already got some takers on pit road. Michael Stevens, Shannon Donathan down pit road. And looks like Josh Newman. Yeah, he's coming down pit road.
Yeah, we've got Newman. Yeah, fourth. Zemer. This ought to call everybody's hand right now.
Yes, it should. And they're kind of getting spread out a little bit here so they can make their pit stops. Carson Youngblood, new leader here as Montrose comes down pit road. Now, if we have we learned anything from last night, Mike? Have we learned anything?
Well, I don't know if we have. I think Ian definitely did, because here comes Jones down pit road as well. But you don't want to lose that 1.5 seconds per lap. Just get tucked in there and let's get some tires on this baby.
Jacob Ainsworth now taking over the second spot, 5.2 seconds back. Those top 2, oh, there we go. Carson Youngblood dropping down pit road with the answer back to Montrose's pit. Now the new leader is Jacob Ainsworth. And we'll see if any black flags getting served here. We'll be able to see them in real time as they happen. So far, we are good as far as the leaders go. Eric Johnson, he's going to stay out the longest here. We've got some drivers coming down pit road right now. Terry Litweiler, Brandon Brock, serving their stuff. Josh Yarbrough in 4th here.
This was that part of the race last night when this started happening. We got into a caution situation, so let's hope everybody can keep it together and get through this entire cycle, because the racing's been tremendous 3rd on back, and then great racing for the lead up front. So we'll see where this all shakes out after everybody finishes.
And we'll see here a lot of drivers down pit road now getting their stops in. Charles Wilson, we see anything. There we go. Drew Calvert in his box. There's Charles Wilson getting ready to roll off here. Jacob Ainsworth now down pit road for his stop. That means Eric Johnson's going to go up to the lead here. Josh Yarbrough, and the caution comes out.
Everything I was hoping wouldn't happen.
And it did. Brandon Brock loses it out of turn number 4. And a lot of drivers caught one lap down here, Mike. Starting with the 10th spots of the top 9. Still good. Do we have any takers as far as... Oh, you know what? That's going to be...
Yeah, we're going to need Johnson.
That's going to be an issue.
We're going to need Johnson Wilson. Yeah, Johnson Wilson and Kurth need to pit, and then guys can take a waiver round. But if they stay out here...
No, I don't think it's going to work. I don't know if the waiver round's going to work here, Mike, because Montrose and Youngblood, they were already on the lead lap.
No, that is true. I'm looking at scoring now.
So Jones, Litweiler, Newman, Zemer, Welchel, Fors, Hamilton, Vodka, Stevens, Giverson, they're going to be trapped a lap down.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Have to wait and see how the scoring shakes out. But who's the workout for? Eric Johnson, for sure.
Yeah, it does. Yep, Johnson's only the lap.
Works out for Johnson.
Yep, there he goes down pit road. And Mommy of Raiden 19 just resubscribed with Twitch Prime for a total of 4 months. Hey, appreciate that. That's awesome.
Always appreciate that.
So yeah, Johnson down pit road here. And this is only our second caution of the night, so all in all, a dang good night.
Yeah, fantastic. And speaking of subscriptions and stuff, on my podcast that I'm doing every week, I want people to ask questions from me. We're going to try to run this somewhere around 9:30 in the morning on Saturdays. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one question each week. Whoever submits the question I use on air, you're going to receive a 1-month subscription. So just trying to help the folks out, trying to get interactive with everybody.
Well, that's a great incentive, Mike. Definitely appreciate that.
Oh, goodness. Let's see how this shakes out. Had to do a shameless plug there, Adam.
You know it. Okay. I just don't know if we're going to get a bunch of waiver rounds here, or are these drivers going to be stuck a lap down? That's the question that I'm asking in my mind. I don't know. I mean, there's Christopher Jones with a waiver round. We're going to see the waiver rounds here as they happen. And yeah, looks like a lot of guys caught a lap down here. Giverson, Wilson, Peterson. Well, Peterson, lucky dog though.
Okay, good.
And we're going to go back to having fresh tires here between Montrose and Youngblood, but Youngblood's got a few lap newer tires than Montrose does.
Yeah, this will get real interesting right here. They both shot out of a cannon early, both running the bottom. They haven't really been in traffic. Somebody needs to put some pressure on these guys, get some air on their nose, and see if that makes a difference.
A lot of drivers on the inside line, though. Goodness.
Yeah, it was almost a repeat of last night. Just all of a sudden, several people lapped down just because of how it worked with the pit cycle.
Bill Peterson down to the bottom here. Going to go to the end of the longest line. Now we're going to get back going. The lights on the pace car should be off. And they are. So we're going to go green next time by with 40 laps remaining. with Youngblood having fresher tires here, does that make a difference? Should make a difference early run. Just depends on how well or how much he pushes at trying to take the lead away from the 10.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I know you people at home didn't watch this, but the track temp is down to 95 as the sun is coming down. So these should start feeling a little better for these guys.
Yeah, definitely. This should feel the best it's felt all night. New tires here, new Goodyear rubber. With a lower track temp, man, these things should stick like glue, Mike.
Yeah, they should stick a whole lot better than they were.
Well, the pace car's going to be off, then we're going to go back green flag racing. Green flag back in the air. Inside and outside lane, both good jumps.
Yeah, I almost say the exact same thing. Almost identical jumps. A little tiptoey here for the first little bit. Let's get some heat in him. But Carson's going to the top immediately to see if he can put a little pressure on Ian.
Oh, he's going to have a run out of going into turn 3. What's he going to do? Oh, he's going to run the high side. Okay. Ballsy move. I like it. He'll have a run. Yes, he will. And then let's go to the bottom here, Carson. Go to the bottom. You can see Montrose not up against the wall. He is defending the bottom right now.
Yeah, this is helping Carson the whole way. Clean air and clean tires, and here comes the big runway. I'll be able to shuffle our way to the inside.
Yeah, you see Montrose, he didn't go up to give the draft to Carson, nor did he go up there at all to kind of guard that bottom. Yeah, I mean, you know the bottom lane's preferred here on fresh tires. We already know that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can see the shallow entry he's making here. Montrose is.
Yeah, he's very shallow. He's just protecting. Like I said, he's running the middle of the track, not letting that move, but he may not be able to defend this one.
Well, you got Tim Boyce up there now.
No, just not quite able to clear to get low. See what he can do this time.
Montrose giving him every opportunity too.
Every bit. I might want to squeeze down on him a bit.
I would. I'd go right down there, right to his door. I mean, why not? I mean, if he's letting you have it. Oh, here we go. Now Carson looking to the bottom.
It was definitely respectful racing, but it may cost him a position.
Well, I don't think they have a choice. They took each other out of championship contention last season.
All right, here we go. We're running a little lower line, not let him slide it out so much, and that ought to help Boyce.
And that's what Carson should have done to the 10, was pinched him down like that in the corner. That's just what Montrose did, and gave him the lead right back.
Yeah, you can see speeds are definitely up. Trucks look a little better there. Joel Kurth, after that incident early, worked his way all the way back up to 4th right here. I didn't even see him on the move, and there he is.
Yeah, there he is right there to the back bumper of the 26 of Tim Boyce. Having a nice run here. Showing some real good speed, that 23 is. And here comes the 26 of Tim Boyce to the outside of the 16. And the 23 is going to give a push here to the 16. It's going to help him going down into the corner. And Tim Boyce, I think he's probably going to grab that spot.
Yeah, now see, this is interesting to me. This is going to be the first time that Carson's had, in a little bit of traffic. I think Boyce will get a little air on him probably here. He's going to stay high. I thought maybe he'd cut it down, but there you go. That's where you want to do it.
Carson not going to run the high side again. going to get another run as Joel Kurth's going to work his way around as well. So Carson back to fourth.
Yeah, now he's going to have a whole lot more air on the nose of that truck, so we're going to see what it's got, because neither one of these guys really had any pressure for the first 60 laps of this race, but Kurth has really found something here.
Well, Joel Kurth with some of the freshest tires on track, believe it or not. And to second he goes.
Ooh.
Shuts the door on the 26 as they're 3 wide right here. Now 2 wide.
That was a bit of a ballsy move, too. I'm going to slot myself in right here.
Joel Kurth can go through and try to get the lead away. I'm not mad at it.
No.
To the right rear. I like it. I like it.
Just got himself a little bit out of shape to have the big run, but that's where, like we talked a minute ago, Adam, that's where you should try to do it.
Yep. He did the right move, just went a little too fast and dived a little too deep down in the corner and got the rear a little too wonky. But,
yeah, it may cost him over the next couple laps there.
Oh, yeah, you have to cool it down and try her again. But they're pulling away, Montrose and Kurth are.
New players coming as the track starts to change. That's why you love it.
You know, 30 laps left, and the track's cooling down, the sun's going down. New players in the game.
Bottom seems a lot more stable right now than it was early in the race.
There's Drew Calvert looking to the bottom. As the 16 goes down, shuts the doors. He dives down below Tim Boyce here. Boyce likes that little higher line. Not all the way at the top. Boyce doesn't really like to run that, or he hasn't been running that top consistently. He likes the middle and the bottom.
Oh, yeah. A lot of guys tonight using that bottom. Must have looked at my tutorial. Oh, goodness.
Carson in the wall, getting pinched here. Looking high here on the 26. Going to try it again. This time Boyce on the bottom.
Yeah, look at this run. Wow.
Carson actually made the pass happen on Tim Boyce. As we got Drew Calvert back here, battling with the 18 and the 26 now. The 18's got Boyce all over the front of him.
Kid Boyce absolutely shut the door on Eric right there.
Yes, he did. Well, we're coming to the end of this race, so some moves have got to be made.
Oh, yeah. Should get a little spicy here pretty quick. Your pick still in it there, running 8th right at the back of this pack.
Yeah, Josh Yarbrough, he'll show up when the time comes. He always does.
He's starting to make his moves. Some damn fine racing going on up here right now, I must say. Inside, outside, take the air away. My goodness.
Yes, I like the battling going on here. It's Montrose now, still a half a second ahead of Joel Kurth. Joel, nice rebound as the 16 gets right to his rear bumper. Going to get him a little loosey-goosey maybe. Kurth actually blocking.
Yeah, all the while, the Bulldog is like, thank you very much. I'm getting out of here.
Yep, he's already gained a 10th on him just right there, just from that little instant. Let's go back here and check out some other drivers here. Brandon Brock in 12th place. Had a little spin, worked his way back up to 12th. Terry Litweiler in 11th. Sean Wilson having a dang fine run in that 47 machine, finding himself at 10th.
Yeah, about to say the same thing. Really quiet, nice little run out of Wilson here. Little battling everywhere.
Carson back up to the high side as Drew Calvert has came out of some spots back here. Oh, Tim Boyce drops down a bunch as well as Johnson and Ainsworth and Yarbrough go by. That's going to put Boyce back to 8th, so he must have had some kind of big moment here as those three drivers worked by him.
Yeah, I'd say they're running so close together, one little slip, that'll do it. What I'm noticing on the scoring is Ian is better entering the corner and Kurth is better off, but that's just kind of offsetting the whole situation.
Joel Kurth running them down though. Or not Joel Kurth. Yeah, Joel Kurth actually gained a little bit on Montrose, but Calvert running down the 16. These two guys, or these three guys right here, about to be nose to tail as Jacob Ainsworth and the 18 of Eric Johnson battling here.
Yeah, Eric's got real good control of that truck on the high side coming off 3 and 4. We've seen that move a few times. And then, of course, he shuts the door immediately, trying to hold that position.
And you've got to. You can't let them have the high side here. Not after the tires have come up to heat. Oh, look at this. The 77 dives it down. Gets the spot here on entry of 3. Josh Yarbrough now up to 6th.
Yeah, I've seen that move a couple times out of Yarbrough. Dude, I'm going to take it all the way in there and slide job it up. And it's worked for him 2 or 3 times tonight. Montrose starting to drive away from Kurth just a bit. It's got it up to 9/10 of a second.
I'd like to see a little 20-lap shootout here.
I think we'd all like to see that.
Oh yeah, look, a caution would be fantastic. Let's take a look back here. Brian Seymour here in 13th place. As he's battling the 3 of Brandon Brock. Brock all over his door. And loose.
Yeah, he's had just he grazed the wall a few times, might have got a little aero damage out of it. We saw himself spin himself around. We'll just have to wait to see here. It just seems like it's not handling as it was earlier for him.
Definitely not. Seymour now with the spot.
Yarborough's starting to heat up Ainsworth.
Yep, battling side by side. Ainsworth looking good, though. He's running all the way up against the wall. With a nice drive off out of the extra 4.
He tried to tie the Reddick line that time, stick it all the way up there.
Looked good, too.
Absolutely.
Joel Kurth got a nice little 4/10 gap from him to Carson Youngblood now, finally. And Drew Calvert still in about the same gap he was behind Carson a few laps ago.
Yeah, Joel's maintaining his gap right now, staying a little high 8, low 9/10 or 9/100 of a second. I'm sorry, 9/10 of a second. So not getting pulled away from, but also not gaining too much. Joel does have the fastest lap of the race so far, I believe, with a 33.88.
Yeah, that's a fast lap. Yeah, 33.91. There's only 233s on the whole track that's been turned tonight. Now 33.96 from Brandon Brock. So only 3 33-second lap times. Not too shabby. All right, here we go. Jacob Ainsworth now looking low on the 18. Will he be able to get that spot, though? I don't think he's going to be able to get it.
Well, he's going to try like crazy. Eric able to drive it pretty far in for a high entry there.
Yeah,
That's
he is.
pretty impressive.
Kind of get on the brakes. That just tells me right there he's got a lot of rear brake bias, because he was able to dive it down deep into that corner on the high side, kind of pull the brakes, and man, that sucker rotated right around that wall.
Yeah, it was an impressive move. Most of the time you want to get out of it a little soon as your high entry, but he just drove it in there.
And another way to do it is to kind of come off the wall a little bit, say about a car length, drive it down deep, let it wash up into the center, and then ride the wall all the way back out.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good move, too, and a fast one, but it takes some discipline. I mean, you can't just go out there and do that. I mean, it takes some practice, because it is a fast line, no doubt about it, but woof, is it risky.
Yes, sir, it is. Yes, it is. Now we're starting to see Montrose. He's starting to drive off into the night. Kurth, though, he's got a pretty good gap over Youngblood, so this might be a pretty good points night for Joel Kurth.
No doubt. Happy to what Joel Kurth's been able to do. Let it down into turn one, spun out. Come back up through the field, and now running in second place with coming to 11 laps to go.
Yeah, it's been a fast race. Montrose just seems to have it figured out all night, though. I mean, he's led the majority, if not almost all, of the laps. So, other than the pit cycle, I mean, he's really had something figured out here tonight.
Yeah, he's led 82 of the 89 laps. So there's 7 laps during those pit stop cycles that weren't led by the 10.
Yeah, showing good discipline. Everything tonight.
Calvert and Youngblood now battling side by side as the lights come on finally. And a caution right about now would be awesome.
That'd be a fun finish. Fun finish. Yep, Eric got a little piece of the wall there.
Yep, open the door up for Josh Yarbrough to sneak around. He's going to grab the spot as Johnson moves back down to the bottom. Puts the air on the rear of the spoiler. 77, going to try to slow him down here, get him loose, something.
Something to anything. That has been the move for a lot of guys tonight, though. Pack the air on the back of these trucks and get them loose, but that track temp coming down, these things feel a little more comfortable. Not seeming to work as well.
Well, and I'm looking at the fall off here too. The fall off's not nearly as much as it was.
No, it was like 1.7 seconds a while ago. It's not even approached that yet.
There's 119 in the chat says caution for debris. Exactly right. We'll go ahead and throw that.
You know, water bottle on the track.
I am waving it, but they're not slowing down.
Would be a great finish.
Tim Boyce underneath the 18 here. The 18 kind of slipping back a little bit.
Yeah, little struggles with it. Got that little piece of the wall, lost momentum, just not feeling comfortable in the truck at the moment. You can see him there getting a little tight back into the wall again.
Christopher Jones with a nice top 10 here with 7 laps to go. Running 9th.
Yep, nice quiet evening for Christopher. That's what you want to do when you're on that cut line or down below it in 15th position. You want to just let's get some good points and feel good about it.
And a nice points day as well for Terry Litweiler. Remember, he gained quite a few spots in the point standings from last week to this week.
Yeah, great podium finish last weekend, having another solid run, top 10.
That's what it takes. Top 10s and top 5s. You don't have to win.
No, you don't have to win at all. It's just, like I said, consistency. Get a couple top 5s, get some 10s, a couple good runs at tracks you really like, and then next thing you know, you're in the playoff.
Brandon Brock ahead of Bob Redeker here. Bob in the 15th spot. Nice little run for him tonight. Looking low on the 3.
Good battle. Like I said, Bob improved, steadily improving. And something must have happened with Kurt there, because Drew Calvert has been able to work his way around him into second place.
Yeah, he has. Well, this type of track right here is really good for Drew Calvert, the trucks. As Carson Youngblood's falling back now to 6th place. The truck just not where he wants it to be on this longer run.
Well, that's what we talked about at the restart was, can somebody get some air on the nose, get them into some traffic and see if they can, if they're still that good. And nobody could get past Montrose, but once Youngblood back into traffic here, not nearly as strong.
Yarborough running around the outside. Oh, Ainsworth hard into the outside wall. But he's going to have a nice points day here. Looks like 4th place for now. I mean, we got 4 laps to go, so anything can happen. Oh, Joel Kurth way slow on the track.
Yeah, he got into the wall as well.
And he's up there blocking. So, oh, Yarborough. He's going to make some nice passes happen here. As they're 3 wide right now. Yarborough on the bottom.
That's the beauty of this place, auto club, tracks like that. Go anywhere you want. Supreme battle for the last podium position.
Joe Kurth blocking here, trying to gain anything he can. He woed him up badly. Put all of them side by side.
2 laps to go here. Been a fast, entertaining race, though.
It has.
Let's see if Carson's got anything for him in the last 2 laps.
Trying to work his way around the outside. Kurt's going to go up, though. And block.
You know it.
Got one more time around here for Ian Montrose.
Hey, you deserve it, buddy. If you can bring it on home. It's been a dominating performance. I know we're calling for caution.
Oh, Josh Yarbrough. Josh Yarbrough just wrecked.
Oh, no. Sean Wilson may be involved.
And across the start-finish line, Ian Montrose. Brian Welchel involved. Yarbrough out, DNF before the start-finish line.
That is a shame for a great run.
Looks like Yarbrough is going to finish in the 19th spot.
Yeah, that's no good. And we saw Youngblood. He was able to get around Kurth, him and Ainsworth both. that's a shame. You're running top 5 almost, and you end up 19th. Ugh.
Yeah.
Let's watch Ian burn it down.
Well, the guy knows how to do burnouts, I can tell you that.
Well, one thing, I mean, like I was saying before the incident, we're calling for cautions and we want the excitement, but this young guy, he deserved every bit of it. Dominant, able to literally drive away, save tires with the clean air, and I mean, he just dominated the field tonight.
And as he's finishing up his burnouts, let's see exactly what happened to Josh Yarbrough here on this last lap as the white flag came out from the chopper cam. Looks like he's battling here with Tim Boyce. Sends it in there deep. Oh, Tim gets to the right rear and takes out the 77.
Yeah, Tim might have got a little bit loose, chased it down the track.
Christopher Jones, there's the 53, the 47. That's why they were involved. And did not finish the race. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, that is no good.
Well, let's get into our finish results. Race results here. Ian Montrose led 93 laps tonight, bringing it home in the #1 spot. Drew Calvert in second. Nice run for Drew. I knew this was going to be his type of track. Carson Youngblood rallies back to a third-place finish. Jacob Ainsworth in fourth. Joel Kurth in fifth. Eric Johnson sixth. Tim Boyce in seventh. Terry Litweiler eighth. Christopher Jones ninth. Brian Ziemer in 10th. And Josh Newman 11th. Bob Redeker, nice run for him in 12th. Brandon Brock 13th. David Vodka 14th. Rob Hamilton 15th. Jeremy Engold 16th. Michael Stevens 17th. Sean Wilson 18th. Joshua Yarbrough 19th. And Jordan Massey in 20th. Pole position, Brian Ziemer. Fastest lap of the race, Joel Kurth 33.886. And hard charger, David Vodka up 17 spots from where he started. Only 2 cautions for 7 laps. And 4 lead changes by 4 different drivers. So with that being said, let's see if we can't get Carson Youngblood in here at the booth with us. And I'll let you go ahead and lead that one.
Info. Good evening, Carson Youngblood. Great run, bud. Tell us a little bit about your race there. You know, you and Ian seem to have about basically the same speed all night, and then that last restart got back in traffic a little bit, not quite able to make your way through. But tell us how it all worked out for you.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting race. Like you said, the first run, me and Ian were pretty much the same speed. So it was just whoever was in front was going to take off and hold the lead, because it was really, Homestead's usually a pretty wide track, but it was really just how hot it was. You could only really run the bottom. So after that first run, when we got that caution, I tried to push really hard to get in front of Ian, because I knew whoever was going to have the lead was probably going to take off and win the race. And then I just never got it, and then kind of burnt my stuff up and fell back. I think with like 3 laps to go, I was in 7th, and I don't know what happened in front of me, but I just somehow got back up to 3rd.
Yeah, able to make that last little bit of run and, you know, salvage a real good run out of it tonight. You know, you had a little bad luck last night, but tonight we did see these trucks struggle. Like you said, it's a lot of times it's wide, but right off the bat, the track temp high, these things have no side force at all. So tell us how hard you were literally having to just tiptoe your way around here, probably.
Yeah, it was really, really sketchy. Yeah, like just especially coming off the corner, 3 and 4 wasn't that bad. You get more tight in 3 and 4, but coming off of 2, there's a big hump. So if you are too high up on the track, you're already getting loose anyway, just because it's so hot. But if you're too high up, you'll get super loose and spin. Ian hit it a few times, and I hit it a few times, and we almost both lost it. So definitely a challenge. You had to maintain your focus the whole entire race.
Well, fantastic run, man, and it's great to see you up in the podium position tonight. give us your shout outs and let us know who makes this all possible for you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, good to be up on the podium for the first time this season. I've either wrecked out or something's happened in all the other ones, but yeah, I'm super grateful to be here. Thank the Lord for everything He does for me. You guys in the broadcast, you put on a great broadcast every week. I enjoy going back and watching it. Um, all the Outcast sponsors, Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, Jackie Jones, D Hall Construction, just everybody that puts that on, and of course, all the people that helped me get my Legends car and like model car to the racetrack.
All right, everybody. Well, that's Carson Youngblood. He brings her home in third tonight, and we'll have Adam with Drew Calvert next.
Drew Calvert, glad in the booth. You got me.
Glad to hear you. How about you?
Oh man, just enjoying the show. And I told Mike earlier that this was going to be your type of track. You do well at tracks like this, Auto Club. The
Yeah.
nice multi-groove racing surfaces. I hate that you didn't win it. But
Yeah,
man,
just not enough laps
yep,
after I broke three.
we'll take a second. I mean, you were pretty fast there at the end of this thing. I think you were just a little bit too cautious here in the beginning of it, but yeah, a nice podium that'll work here for the points.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Finally, I've had a rough start to the season, so it's good to finally get up here.
Yeah, lots of bad luck. Which is if that's the Drew Calvert way.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And then we
Yep.
come to a track like this, and you usually perform pretty well. But I'm sure the truck
Yep.
felt a whole lot better than it did at the beginning of this thing. I'm sure it was hooked up when the lights came on.
Yeah, it was a lot better. Definitely
Nice,
could hold
man.
your line better. So
Well, this will help you out, and congratulations on P2. And if you got any shout outs, we'll get
thank
those and we'll send you on your way.
yeah, sure. Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, Grand Island, Auto America, Outcast Motorsports, y'all in the booth, Jackie Jones, Chrysler Jeep Dodge, Serta Simmons Bedding, Dalton Hall Construction, Lulu by Tammy Litweiler, Half Moon Designs, Outcast Apparel, Pinnacle Wraps, family and friends and son watching. Appreciate y'all and the fans watching and everyone in the chat. We had a good race. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, you did, man. And congratulations on P2. And we'll talk to you real soon. Have a good one.
Thank you. Yeah, y'all have a good night.
You too. All right, that was Drew Calvert in second place. And now we'll let Mike McKinnon get in Ian Montrose here and take it away, Mike.
Hello, Ian Montrose. I don't even know what. Hey, buddy. I don't even know what there is to talk about. Can you just explain this is how you dominate races? I mean, was it just that simple?
No, it was not that simple. I think I was under threat from a lot of people tonight. A lot of people had some really good long run speed. Carson, Drew at the end had more tire than me. I thought if Drew had a couple more laps, he probably could have made something happen. But today was about holding the bottom and managing your stuff, and it does definitely help if you have clean air ahead of you. So, but yeah, it was a good race.
It was a fantastic race for you. But can you? We were talking to Carson a little bit ago. Explain that bump out of 2. When you hit that thing, you could feel as great as possible, but explain that when you hit that thing.
Yeah, it just makes you second guess how much throttle you're putting in at that point. And it's at a point where you really want to commit and get a good run down the backstretch. So that's the character of this track, like you've really got to if you understand it right and you approach it right. I was getting some great launches off the bottom. I think I was making the bottom work all night. So if you can hook it up right and you're patient, I think it really pays off here. And it was easy to be aggressive here with the trucks, but to be patient, I think that's where you saw a lot of people stand out tonight. So kudos to everybody for having a good race.
Yeah, patience was the key. And Adam, you got anything for Ian, bud?
Man, just dominating performance. 93 out of 100. Man, you're gonna race the Gen 6s on Thursday?
Yeah, that's the ultimate test, and I love Homestead. So to come here in the Gen 6 was the trucks. I was hoping for more grooves tonight. I thought the trucks would have a little bit more multi-groove options and pick a lane and get runs, but it just looked like people were struggling on the exits, especially with dirty air. So it'll be interesting to see how the Gen 6s are, because a lot more power. I think patience is going to be on steroids for that race. So it'll be interesting to see if people can put together, that next gen car, the trucks, and now put together a solid race on Thursday.
Yes, sir. All right, buddy. Well, hey, if you got any shout outs, we'll get those and we'll send you on your way to celebrate.
My dad and Mike, you guys are crushing it in the booth. Again, I want to shout out Mike's podcast for Outcast. It was pretty awesome to watch along and listen along, and it just added a different element to everything. And I know how much work must go into putting that together. So really appreciate that. I don't think you'll ever get the credit that you deserve, either of you, for the amount of work that you do behind the scenes to bring a good broadcast and a podcast together. So I just really want to give you guys your flowers and appreciate you for everything you guys do. I want to appreciate the admins as well for creating an awesome community and getting everybody out to race. A really good league and really well structured. And then I just want to thank all the sponsors: Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, Auto America Grand Island, Outcast Motorsports Network, Jackie Jones Jeep and Ram, Sir Simmons, Dalton Hall Construction, Lulu Road by Tammy Litweiler, Half Moon Designs, Outcast Custom Apparel, Pinnacle Reps, Be Like the Biff, shout out 16, and shout out Kyle Busch as well.
Absolutely, man. Congratulations, and we'll talk to you soon.
Take care, guys. I'll see you on Thursday. Have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, great win, bud.
Thanks.
All right. Well, that was Ian Montrose, our winner tonight. Drew Calvert finished in second, and Carson Youngblood in the third spot. Mike, any takeaways from tonight that we can apply to Thursday night, or that I can apply to Thursday night, since you don't love me enough to join me here?
It's not the love part, bud.
Oh, okay.
No, here's what I've taken away from the first two races. Patience on the bottom has paid off both nights. I'm going to assume that the way the weather is this week in Florida, probably going to be really close to the same situation. And we know that Gen 6, they have characteristics of the trucks. And as Ian said, they have more power. So it's patience. And I just think the bottom, I mean, it's just shown the last two races that it has been dominant.
Yes, it has. I don't know if the Gen 6, I mean, they're going to be the fastest of the three series. Not sure the bottom's going to be the way to go. I know they do have more power, so we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, folks, that's going to do it for tonight. Hubert Johnson says nope. So the bottom's not going to wait. Oh, the next gens were the fastest. Okay. Well, that's
All
news.
right.
That's news to me. Who knew that? I figured the Gen 6s would be quite a bit faster, but hey, downforce must be the issue there that makes them the next gens faster. But anyway, folks, that's going to do it for tonight. Appreciate Mike McKinnon for doing the podcast for us here. Looking forward to seeing what we've got going on here Saturday when he goes live, and we'll get that showed up on YouTube. And yeah. Anyway, folks, this is the Glad Dad reminding you to stay fast, stay clean, and as always, it's okay to be an outcast. We'll see you next time, guys. Take it easy. Good night.